Ah, shit. We're back, baby. It's been a really, really long time, and I apologize for the hiatus. It took me a minute to get set up today. I'm actually running my mic through my preamp into a tube tech and then into your ears. So it's not a light chain we're going through with this microphone right now. I'm not using a fucking cloud lifter. All right, we're going through the big dog. We got the 610 pre going into the tube tech, little hardware sauce. I love it. I've also been telling people get a preamp instead of a mic. You're not going to hear what a mic sounds like until you get a preamp. But today we have a very special mix video. Today, as you all know, let me go into this real quick. I mixed and mastered pretty much the whole Chief Keef album except for like 2 of them. It was a really fun project to be a part of. I had a lot of fun doing it. This song right here is pretty much just vocal mixing. It's Yes Sir, one of my favorite songs off of it. And then See Through is also another one that's super hard. But this one didn't have the beat stem, so just rocked out with the vocals. I'm just going to go in. My whole thing with this, as I was mixing the project, was just making Keef sound really clear. Like, his lyrics are insane, and I don't think a lot of stuff, like, doesn't get heard. But in this album, I think his vocals really come off as super clear, and you can really hear the lyrics, which I think is really great. So let's go in. How I mixed it is not much different how I mix a lot of the stuff. I used a couple different plugins, and I'll show you some stuff. But cool. I'll go ahead and play for you so you can hear what it sounds like.
Yes, sir. I just flew a bitch in from Manchester. They took me to jail, I should've smacked the rester. Hop out the car flexing like Sylvester. No, sir. Bitch just pulled up in a...
Dope, you get the idea. If you don't like how the vocal sounds, then feel free to not watch this. But it's whatever. We're going to go ahead. I have the leads running right through the main bus here. I call it hook and verse bus. A lot of times, if there's not a lot of variation in the vocal, it would all just run through the hook bus. And yeah, so I always start with a little bit of compression.
Got a little older, was a young flex.
And it looks like this isn't even doing anything.
Bitch just pulled up in an I8 roaster. Shirt cost too much, told that bitch.
Real slight compression right there. And then right here, this is just a different version of the Waves SSL channel strip. I actually bought this guy, if you can see. And it was sick, and I still use it. I knew what was going to happen. I was going to drop $1,000 on this new toy and just be like, I'm just going to use my mouse. That's kind of what happened, unless I'm working with a song that has a lot of drums and guitars, like more of a band mix. I will put this plugin on every track at once, just like option, add the plugin. And then I can cycle through each version of that plugin with this knob right here and have a SSL channel and whoa, it's doing a crazy dance right now. You seeing this? Damn. And have the SSL compressor at the top that I can use. So it's nice. And what we got? We have a little bit of a high cut or low pass. I hate those terms. Low cut up to 100, a little high boost. Let me hear this off and on.
Bitch just pulled up in an I8 roaster. Shirt cost too much, told that bitch no, sir. Ain't no fucking crying on my fucking shoulder. $100 step.
This plugin is doing a lot. I mean, one of the biggest things it's doing is taking away the muddiness. I'm a huge low shelf fan. Like, almost on every vocal that I've mixed, probably for the past, like, 4 years, it's gonna have this on it, around this area in the chain. I want to do a video on order of plugins, but pretty much how I order my plugins is the first 3 plugins are just to make the mic sound better. I'm not trying to, like, compress it a ton or do a ton of big changes or big EQ dips. Just get the mic sounding better. And then from there, I'll make like a little bit more of a commitment to a sound. So I'll decide how much compression I actually want to do. And then if I'm going to do any EQ bumps or major dips, I'll do it towards the end of the chain. That way, I'm not just going back and forth, switching settings and confusing myself why it's sounding different. I always try to keep those first 3 plugins sounding pretty consistent, light compression, kind of a standard EQ, and then maybe some reductive frequencies here. So right here is just a big mid-range cut. Kind of just went against what I just said. But I tend to do that a lot, but I do think like that. So maybe for this instance, the first plugin, The first two are make the mic sound better. This, I mean, it's a fucking mid-range dip. All right, it's not a crazy cut. It's pretty deep, I'll say that. And this is just irritable frequency dip.
Just put up in an I-8 roaster. Shirt cost too much, told that bitch no, sir. Ain't no fucking crying on my fucking shoulder. $100.
I mean, that sounds like night and day. Night and day. And it's just a mid-range cut and a little harshness cut. But listen how this vocal just floats when I turn this EQ on.
Just put up in an I-8 roaster. Shirt cost too much, told that bitch no, sir. Ain't no fucking crying on my fucking shoulder.
That's epic. I'm literally just mixing vocals right now. I don't have any cool beat sauce, but man, I get excited when I hear stuff like that. All right, Tube Tech compressor. It's a $300 plugin. You don't need it, but I really like it. I have the hardware version. I was fearing getting dry mouth. Let's see what it's doing.
Just put up in an I-8 roaster. Shirt cost too much, told that bitch no, sir. Ain't no fucking crying on my fucking shoulder. $100 steak and I don't like the texture.
Just light compression. It's only really going 3 to 5 dB. Makeup gain's a little extra, but it sounded good, so we rocked out with it. We got the VMR. Some distortion on the vocal.
Just put up in an I-8 roaster. Shirt cost too much, told that bitch no, sir. Ain't no fucking.
Kind of just lets it fall in a little bit more. A slight EQ bump here.
Just put up in an
this is some half-ass version of parallel compression. The ratio is not high enough, really, and I'm not even like squashing it, so I'm just adding a little bit of distressor compression to the vocal. I kind of do that on everything. And then Soothe is another plugin that I use sometimes. Like a de-esser, I don't like having to use it, but it does kind of work. Let me see off and on so you can hear.
Just put up in an I-8 roaster. Shirt cost too much, told that bitch no, sir. Ain't no fucking crying on my fucking shoulder. $100
It sounds all right. Like I kind of liked it without it, to be honest. But in the moment, it's whatever. De-esser.
Took away the good, it was a good gesture. Is your whip bulletproof? I'll be the tester.
Perfect. Really just hitting it really lightly. Nothing insane. Ad-libs, pretty much the same thing. Delays, we got Echo Boy. And then if you know me, I always put these MV2s before and after my effects, like reverbs and delays. Just because it makes them just more like stabby. I don't know. I saw it's a Dave Pensado trick, I believe. And I've just had it in my template forever. I've actually been starting to go back to this as parallel compression, hitting the all, doing that. Let me show you what that sounds like real quick. So when you're doing parallel compression, you want your signal to have full send to the bus, and then you turn down the bus. And you want to just be squashing it. Fast release, fast attack.
Send a pussy boy to meet my ancestors. Put up on the block is hot flaming chesters. Hey, send a pussy boy to me.
So now we bring it down.
Send a pussy boy to meet my ancestors. Put up on the block is hot flaming chesters. Hey. Yes, sir. I just flew a bitch in from Manchester. They took me to jail, I should've smacked the rester.
It's cool. Parallel, I mean, it's really just something that's gonna be there, but it's not the most noticeable thing, depending on how you go about using it. So, very simple song. Not much going on. One vocal over the beat. Pretty much just got the project, had to send it in ASAP, and just went in on it. And then for the mastering, I have to use Blue Cat Audio for my new Mac. I got the new M1 Mac, by the way. Life-changing. Complete. I would go in sessions with like Leroy and be like fearing, because he would do like a 5 to 10 minute melody take, and I would just be so nervous that the computer was going to crash like after 6 minutes of like really fire melodies, because it happened once, and when it happens once, you fear for your life for the rest of your life. So upgraded my new computer. It took me like a month to really get all my plugins to work. Anybody who has to upgrade, like, they know. But man, also I'm wearing the merch. Got the hat on. I don't know if you can see the hat. But yeah, thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Sophie, for linking me up with this too. It was a really fun project to be a part of. All right, Ozone 4. I'm just gonna skip through. Okay. I got to be honest, there was a plugin that I don't have on this computer that I tried to get before this video, but it was JST Clip. It was Joey Sturgis Tones Clip. I kind of use that if I'm really trying to get some loudness from not having stems. Skip through this. This is a little harmonic exciter. Multiband dynamics and small imaging. Goes into the slate where I turn off the compressor at the top and then only use the gain knob right here. Even this stuff, you can play with it. A lot of times I just prefer not to have it on because it just changes how stuff can sound sometime. And like a lot of like mix work that I do, my job is not to change how it sounds, just make it sound better than what it was. And then we got the aux for limiter, which I really like. And this right here, this enhance curve, I don't know what it does, but it helps. It's like an EQ thing, but I'll show it. I'll show you real quick.
Put up on the block is hot flaming Chester.
Here.
No sir, bitch just put up in an I-8 roaster. Shirt cost too much, told that bitch no sir. Ain't no fucking crying on my fucking shoulder.
This adds a little bit of like brightness and whatnot. Let me see what this is.
No sir, bitch just put up in an I-8 roaster. Shirt cost too much, told that bitch no sir. Ain't no fucking crying on my fucking.
Yeah, so normally I'm hitting around like 9 or 8 lufs, which I don't know what that. I think that's all right. I don't know. I mean, I kind of know. I know it's loud enough. But I had that JST clip plugin on here too, and it's a pretty simple plug. It's just a clipper plugin. Like it's just like you can use like T-Rex has like a really nice soft clipper as well. But yeah. I don't think I had a haircut since my last video. I think it's only getting longer. Damn. But I think that's gonna wrap it up. We'll go real quick. I use a little bit of a doubler on the send. We got, this isn't working right now. That is Aphex Exciter.
$100 steak and I don't like the texture. No. You can die today, just scratch out yes sir. Diamonds in my ring, money like a wrestler.
And that looks like this right here. Where is that at? Right here. Maxed out, so it's pretty much full mix. Dope. Well, we're back, baby. Thank you all so much for sticking in there, and I appreciate all the love and the support that I still be getting from the videos that I made a long time ago. We got to be better, but I think I have my setup figured out now, and we should be good to go for more videos. Feel free to comment like what type of video you want. I would love to do another one about mic chain order and whatnot. And you don't have to like or subscribe or anything. It's all good. I just appreciate you watching. Thank you all. Have a good day.